What happens if the Russian President Vladimir Putin makes the historic decision to end the drawn-out conflict once and for all? Russia unleashes full power. Facing mounting Western weakness and a rare opportunity on the global stage, he unleashes the entirety of Russia's military arsenal on Ukraine. Russia enters this new phase with unmatched strength. Over 1 million active personnel, more than 2,000 modernized tanks, 7,000 armored vehicles, nearly 5,000 artillery systems, advanced Iskander and Kinzhal missiles, Su-57 stealth fighters, and the world's most powerful nuclear deterrent. Allies rally behind Moscow. North Korea supplies artillery and manpower. Iran provides drones and munitions, while Russia's own defense industry operates at wartime tempo, producing hundreds of thousands of shells and millions of drones annually. Ukraine's position: a dependent force. Ukraine, despite 3 years of Western training and over $120 billion in aid, remains dependent on foreign lifelines. Its forces, 900,000 troops with reserves, operate NATO weapons such as Patriots, F-16s and HIMARS, but its entire war effort is sustained only through Western subsidies. Even its domestic drone and missile industry pales in comparison to Russia's vast resources. Kyiv's strategy relies on hiding in cities and using asymmetric tactics, but these measures cannot match Russia's numerical and technological superiority. Day 0. The decisive turn. On September 8, 2025, following major gains in Donetsk and encouraged by a shifting global balance, President Putin can order a new phase of the special military operation. Accusing Ukraine of provocations, he mobilizes reserves, placing 2 million men under arms. Russia's nuclear forces move to high alert, ensuring NATO keeps its distance. The strategy is bold and comprehensive. Overwhelming missile barrages, sweeping air dominance, and armored thrusts from Belarus, Donbas, and Crimea, designed to encircle and liberate Kyiv. President Zelensky, in panic, calls for NATO support, but Western promises once again lag behind Russia's decisive actions. Days 1 to 3. Russia seizes initiative. Russia opens the offensive with unmatched firepower. Over 1,000 missiles and drones launched in the opening salvo. Hypersonic Kinzhals, precision Iskanders, and Iranian-built Shaheds pound Ukraine's military infrastructure. The Russian aerospace forces fly over 500 sorties daily, securing the skies. Special forces land at Hostomel Airport, while armored columns advance rapidly from Belarus. Southern forces push out of Crimea and eastern troops smash Ukrainian lines in Donbas. Ukraine's Western-provided air defenses intercept some strikes, but are overwhelmed. Power grids collapse, command centers are destroyed, and panic spreads in Kyiv. Russian jets dominate airspace, while swarms of drones blind Ukrainian artillery. By day 3, Russian armor reaches the capital's northern suburbs, far faster and more coordinated than in 2022. Days 4 to 7. Encirclement of Kyiv. With over 500,000 troops in motion, Russia launches a massive pincer aimed directly at Kyiv. Tanks, artillery, and bombers crush defensive lines. President Putin issues an ultimatum: surrender or face further escalation. Ukraine's attempts at resistance collapse under Russia's overwhelming superiority. Western-donated tanks and air defense systems prove ineffective against Russia's scale of firepower. Urban defenses are shattered by glide bombs and rocket barrages. By day 7, Russia controls nearly a quarter of Kyiv Oblast. Morale inside Ukrainian ranks plummets as Russian forces press toward the capital itself. Days 8 to 14. Russia consolidates control. Russia's strategy of total war begins to pay off. Backed by steady supplies from North Korea and Iran, Russian artillery maintains superiority. Ukrainian counterattacks falter while Western-supplied weapons run low. Russian missiles strike deep into Ukrainian territory, destroying logistics hubs and airfields. Kyiv's own drone production cannot keep pace with Russia's massive output. By day 14, Russian troops effectively encircle Kyiv. President Putin declares that objectives are being achieved, with suburbs under Russian control and Ukraine's army suffering catastrophic losses. Western attempts at sanctions and aid are too little, too late. Weeks 3 to 8, the siege and victory. As September turns into October, Russia intensifies its siege. Blockades cut Kyiv off, while precision strikes destroy remaining resistance. Ukrainian forces, reliant on NATO supplies, find themselves running out of ammunition and fuel. Russia adapts quickly, integrating AI-driven drones and armoured assaults that crush Ukrainian counteroffensives. Losses are high, but the Russian advance is relentless. By week 8, Ukrainian forces are in disarray. Russian breakthroughs north of the capital force Kyiv's defenders to retreat. Putin declares that the strategic objectives of the special operation have been fulfilled, with Ukraine unable to resist further. Aftermath: Russia's strategic triumph. The outcome is clear. Russia, by mobilizing its full power, achieves a decisive upper hand. Kyiv lies weakened, Ukraine's military is shattered, and the West is humiliated, unable to stop Moscow despite years of aid and promises. For Russia, the cost is high but worthwhile. A strategic victory that secures its sphere of influence, deters NATO, and reshapes the European balance of power. Globally, Moscow emerges as the decisive actor, while the West reels from economic crises and political divisions. Putin, once underestimated, demonstrates that resilience, planning, and full mobilization can overcome even the most determined Western-backed resistance.